knew that she was a good teacher, but I did not know she would take her skill set from good to great. Monica has taught for 15 years and truly become the kind of teacher that can be the cornerstone of a grade level for years to come. She has demonstrated an ability to work with diverse students and implemented her knowledge, training, and instructional practices into the classroom with fidelity. Monica does not just teach. She gathers student data, analyzes it, and differentiates her instruction to meet students' individual needs. Monica has demonstrated flexibility as well. Without the use of a smartboard she has grown used to while serving at Oak, Monica was able to incorporate her iPad, computer, projector, and internet to capture the imagination of her students. Through a self-created behavior management program, she utilizes student ownership and parent input when behavioral issues do arise. Monica does more than influence the students in her classroom. She's an active member of the school and the school community. She's a member of the school's SCIP and Title I committees. She is an executive member of our PTO, which, although started from scratch and had $0, is now a school community connection that draws an average of over 200 parents a month to school events. Monica is also the co-coordinator for our Overcoming Dyslexia meetings that are held twice a week. Lastly, Monica has embraced the 3 principles and the vision of Pioneer Elementary School: pride, passion, and the pursuit of perfection. So it is with great pride that I present Mrs. Monica Coretta, Pioneer Elementary School's Teacher of the Year. Secondly, I'd like to speak tonight, and I do have the great pleasure to introduce our 2015-2016 Paraprofessional of the Year at Pioneer Elementary School, Mrs. Margie Rivera Cortez. Too often, paraprofessionals go unnoticed because the majority of what they do is behind the scenes, and that fits Margie to a T. She is the kind of humble person who would never draw attention to the wonderful things that she does in the classroom. So I'm going to take that opportunity tonight and do it just for her. Imagine for a moment that you're a 4-year-old preschool student entering a new school, walking into a new classroom, and standing in front of you are 2 new adults, instead of your mother or father. As you can imagine, you'd be pretty scared. But what if one of those strangers in front of you began to speak a familiar language? What if that person spoke Spanish and greeted you with a warm smile and kind words? Suddenly you wouldn't be scared, and you wouldn't be a scared 4-year-old any longer. Perhaps you'd feel comfortable and at ease. That is only the tip of the iceberg as to what Margie represents at Pioneer Elementary School as our Paraprofessional of the Year. Margie has worked with children for 15 years, and Lakewood has had the privilege of having her for 6 of those years. Her work as a bilingual paraprofessional enables her to assist not only in her classroom, but the entire Pioneer community. Margie has a firm yet loving personality, which encourages the overall growth of the students in her preschool classroom. She collaborates daily with her classroom teacher, Lauren Thomas, to reinforce the learning concepts that are presented to the students. If you ask Margie, she will tell you that her most rewarding moment is witnessing a child meet his or her necessary milestones for success. Margie helps all preschool teachers at Pioneer Elementary School by calling parents to speak to them in Spanish about how well their children are doing. She takes work home so she can give the students her undivided attention during the school day. Outside of Pioneer, Margie gives her time to the LECC PTO, and she's actually an expert cake decorator too. Margie's the kind of paraprofessional and person that any administrator would be proud to say works in his or her building. It's with great pride I present Mrs. Margie Rivera-Cortez, Pioneer Elementary School Professional of the Year.
And now I introduce to you Mrs. Alita Salguero, Principal of Spruce Street Elementary School.
So we are last but not least, and I have the honor of presenting to you to someone who's actually historical in her nomination. She has only been in Lakewood for 2 years, but has been an educator for over 20. And historically, we have tenured teachers, or teachers who've been here for quite some time, but in 2 years, Ms. Gladys Gonzalez has demonstrated her profound commitment to be an avid learner herself and to promote avid learning among her students. And when I tell you that the learning that happens in her room is exciting, relevant, organic, and she has a special skill. She doesn't push them to learn. She's learned how to provoke them how to learn. And that is both a science and an art. She's so knowledgeable about students in kindergarten, where they are developmentally, socially, emotionally, academically, that I'm smarter when I'm next to her. So please give me a round of applause for Ms. Gladys Gonzalez. Okay, well, there's this famous over flowers. Making me sneeze on that, but it's okay. Okay, Mr. Richie Rodriguez. I can't say enough about this young man. He, if you ever heard the show, Everyone Loves Raymond, Everybody Loves Raymond, well, at Spruce Street, and I think in every school that he's been to in Lakewood, everybody loves Mr. Richie. Yes. It's not hyperbole, it's not exaggeration, really, everybody loves Richie. He has 0 enemies, for sure. I'll tell you why. I think he's our Superman. I'll tell you why he's like Superman. He helps our kids feel safe. He promotes safety, but not safety that is physical. Yes, of course, he's a social skills para, so he has a keen ability to help them promote safety among each other. And that is safety emotionally, safety physically, and I can tell you that he is willing to take the most challenging behaviors, and he has this superpower, and he turns them around, and I really don't know how he does it, but that's his superpower. So Mr. Richie, we honor you today. Thank you for being our Superman.
Okay, so once all of our teachers and paraprofessionals of the year have been chosen by each building committee, a district committee chooses a district-wide teacher and paraprofessional of the year. This year's district teacher of the year is a teacher who displays an incredible passion for teaching and love of children. She demonstrates an authentic eagerness to share her knowledge of best practices in early childhood education and has done so presenting to both teachers and parents. She learns from her students each and every day about kindness, purity, and eagerness to learn. Her motto, which displays proudly summarize her outlook on teaching best. While we teach to teach our students all about life, our students teach us what life is all about. Please join me in congratulating our 2015-2016 Lakewood School District Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Gladys Gonzalez.
Maybe don't know me, but they were part of my life. But the people who are not here, who are out there in this community, in this world, who connect me with education. And I really want to thank you for this platform to be an educator, to be able to share my life with everybody. My life, and hope to be inspired by everybody. I'm speechless.
We thank you, Mrs. Gonzalez. Okay. The district's very first paraprofessional of the year is someone who understands the importance of connecting with every student in her class. She feels that when students feel loved and respected, they will develop self-confidence, which will lead to an excitement for learning. This paraprofessional enjoys learning and doing her own research that can improve her own daily practices. She never blames anything on a child's disability. She always looks for strategies and interventions that will help the child, knowing that what works for one child may not work for another. She recognizes that an open line of communication between other paraprofessionals, teachers, and parenting is critical for success. She loves nothing more than to celebrate the successes of all students, no matter how big or small. Please join me in celebrating our 2015-2016 Lakewood School District Paraprofessional of the Year, Ms. Stacy Robinson.
In my heart, when the children achieve, I achieve, and together we're all champions.
So let's give all of our teachers and paraprofessionals of the year a great round of applause. And I would just like to thank Joel Tesler from Cafe Clifton, who donated a cake for everyone in celebration of our teachers and paraprofessionals of the year. There's cake in the back that's already been cut, so please help yourself.